Welcome to the Viral Solutions Podcast. Today's topic is don't underestimate the value of content in your marketing campaigns. Now, if you're wondering if content is important now as it was prior to COVID-19, you're in the right place. Marketing does change, and as a result of the pandemic, but content is certainly not going anywhere, or for sure it hasn't lessened its importance in your overall marketing strategy. So let's take a look at the value that content has and some tips for producing content your audience actually wants to read, listen to, or watch. Before the pandemic, content was the best way to build a real relationship with your audience. And through that, you were showing yourself as an authority figure or knowledgeable. Now we're in a new normal, so has that changed? No. Brands still need to find ways to connect with their audience and customers now more than ever. That's where the value of content comes in. An article by Campaign Us, that's campaignlive.com/article, explains that brand equity is lost when companies aren't keeping in touch with their audience. In fact, a study on the impact of COVID-19 by entrepreneur.com on consumer behaviors revealed that 76% of people have developed new habits in light of the pandemic. And 89% of those plan to keep those habits post-pandemic, and 36% are going to do that or just stick with the brands that they've tried since the pandemic. So more and more people are remaining at home for most of the day. And Stanford research confirms that twice as many people are now working from home than at the office. With less people out and about, there has been a shift in the way we do marketing, with most people finding brands via the internet. Is that good? Is it bad? Well, it might be a little bit of both. The good part is this helps you give strong SEO. So you're golden then if your SEO's in touch and you're just adding content to it. The bad, search and display advertising is getting very overcrowded. I know just coming out of the holidays at 2020 here at Viral Solutions for our clients and us, we saw an incredible upheaval and increases in advertising rates. So therefore, that just puts even more pressure on the organic and SEO side to perform. Now, you got to have content, and it needs to be readily found online. So let's make sure that we understand that the value of content comes from being able to solve a main problem your audience has. That should be the impetus behind your content. That's how you'll be remembered. It's why your content will be welcomed. And that leads to loyal subscribers, brand ambassadors, raving fans. What's the value of content these days? It's still king for a reason, and for many reasons, actually. So here's 3 of the most important reasons of why content is still valuable. Number 1, it increases traffic. Now remember, in the marketing world, the word traffic is used to describe hits to your website, number of views, number of followers, basically bodies coming in and out of your front door of your website, your social media, people reading your emails, that kind of thing. When you create high-quality, well-optimized content, Google and the other key search engines are going to reward you for it by ranking your content higher in search results when it gets good traffic, good social shares. And that means more eyeballs are going to see it, read it, and interact with it. And that's where you get that little spin-off of traffic growth. The more content you produce, now quality content, gives you more opportunities for you to have increases in traffic, since you can optimize for multiple long-tail keywords. It's like having highly sought-after real estate over the internet. Then if you're able to create content that goes viral, in other words, gets a lot more views and spins from being found in heavy traffic, you'll greatly increase your reach, and you can enjoy the extra free boost in traffic that provides. Number 2, it frames you as an expert. By producing educational content, you'll demonstrate your authority and expertise, making you an expert in your field. Just think of how you perceive a company that has a well-crafted blog as opposed to one that does not. These days, expert status depends on content. Number 3, it shows your audience that you understand them. When you develop problem-focused content, you can prove you understand your audience's pain points. When they realize you get them and can help them solve their issues, they'll trust you and want to do business with you. The importance of building and reinforcing a relationship with your audience, it just cannot be understated. And that can only start by ensuring they know you understand their trials and tribulations. Now that you see the value of content in today's business landscape, you're probably looking for some tips to help you create the best content. So let's dive into how to do that. Let's dive in and talk about how to produce content that your audience actually wants. Now, make no mistake, if you're pumping out low-value content, you could be wasting your time and money. It's costing you to create that. But this is a long game. This is a long play. This is years of developing solid, good, deep understanding content so that you can build up that organic reach. You can't just put out a few dozen or even a couple hundred of these. We have about 900 articles, and it took years and years before we started seeing the reach. So be persistent. You might be able to get Google to rank you, and that's not a small feat, but you certainly won't gain the interest of your audience if you don't have content continuously published and its quality. So follow these guidelines when you're creating your content to ensure it's worth putting out there. First, focus on providing valuable educational content. And to do that, here's something to keep in mind. The value of content won't exist for you if you aren't trying to provide value for your audience with your content. Just as more and more people are discovering brands via web searches, they will also make judgments about your company that determine whether you're worth their time or not. If you provide content that answers their search query and goes above and beyond in delivering value, you'll not only make an incredible first impression, but also gain a level of trust and notoriety that will make them want to tune in to what you have to say. Quality content that focuses on education builds a level of credibility that simply can't be gained any other way. So whether your visitors land in your blog post, product pages, home page, or your about page, Focus on educating them. On a product page, for example, think of what you can add that would help them make the best purchase decisions, such as comparison tables, reviews, infographics, tutorials. Your primary goal should be to make sure they don't have to visit with any other websites to make their decision or to make their question or to answer that question. When you accomplish that, you'll truly reap the value of content. Here's the next way to how to produce content that your audience wants. Make it share-worthy. When your content is so good and other people want to share it on social media, that can easily increase your reach tenfold. The more you get people to engage with your content on social media, the more it will spread and the more involved your audience will be. When people feel like they're a part of something, they want to get behind it, which is how you create brand ambassadors. Plus, you'll get detailed analytics and insights from your social media accounts, and that can further help improve your conversions and your future marketing. Now, here's the real kicker. Share-worthy contents also results in SEO backlinks, and that further boosts your SEO ranking. That's a really good thing. So to make your content share-worthy, make sure your perspective is unique on whatever issue or trend you're talking about. Include videos, infographics, graphics in your content that point to examples and case studies. And then that content is an easy way to get shared. And provide comprehensive content that goes above and beyond what others are putting out there on the topic, and give your opinion. And don't be afraid to polarize people. Take a stand your ground, and your supporters will love you for it. The next way to produce content that your audience actually wants is to optimize it. Now, this word optimize gets thrown around a lot. And we got to get one thing straight. You can't just create content willy-nilly and expect to get much out of it. You got to be strategic about it. You have to do some keyword research. And you have to make sure that what you're talking about represents who you are. All right? So how do you get strategic about it? Well, when you do keyword research, that helps you plan out your content according to what you found on traffic on certain long-tail keywords. So when you optimize your content around those long-tail keywords, you increase your chances of it getting ranked on the first page of Google so that more people will see it. Too many companies spend their valuable time creating content without doing any research beforehand. That's just a waste of time. Now, here's where the art of copy and content comes into play. Finding these long-term keywords to optimize for, putting them into the right H1, H2 tags, into your title page, and yet make the story interesting, readable, consumable, make sense. That's not easy to do. That's an art. Okay? So put your content marketing strategy together, and that'll help you ensure your time into creating this content that people want to and are looking to read. Okay? That's where the value of content starts at. So we've put together a few articles over on our viralsolutions.net blog that tie into this piece really well that would be worth checking out. And they're also on our podcast. So look for something called an Introduction to SEO, Developing an SEO Strategy. The second one is called How Does SEO Work? The third one is called 9 Tips for Crafting a High Quality Content for SEO. find those podcasts or articles on the viralsolutions.net blog, and that'll help you understand a lot of what we were talking about today. So here's what we think the takeaway is. The value of content is huge, especially in a post-pandemic world. There's never been a better time to ramp up your content output while keeping it high quality, or for you to get on the content marketing bandwagon if you haven't already. Now, I realize there's a lot of content out there, especially if you're just getting started. You may be really behind, but you got to get going, and you got to put more into this. And if you've been doing it for years and not seeing the results, then you probably need to do a better job of optimizing it and making it more readable for your audience. By focusing on content moving forward, this can really strengthen the connections you have with both current and prospective customers. At Viral Solutions, we're committed to seeing you succeed. Matter of fact, the reason we exist is to double your business. It's our goal to double your business with proven marketing strategies that will help your business for the long haul. So stick around here for the Viral Solutions podcast and stay up to speed with the ever-changing world of marketing. This has been the Viral Solutions podcast. I'm your host, Thomas Fanon. This article was written by Katie Schock at Viral Solutions. You can check us out at viralsolutions.net. Got great web chat, or call us at 888-816-1222. Make it a great day.